3, 2, 1.
Hi, this is Genesis, and you're watching Dante's Boxing Nation.
Devin Haney reached out to Mark Kriegel via text and told him, I'm staying at 35 after I beat Lomachenko. That is a pay-per-view on May 20th. What does that mean for your future?
Hey, tell him, come on. I've been waiting for this for a long time. I swear to God, I've been waiting for that for a long time. Me and Devin been in the ring with each other for years. I always got the best of Devin. Tell him, come on.
Dante's Boxing Nation, what's going on, guys? So we're about 2 weeks away from one of the most significant fights of the year, the undisputed champion Devin Haney versus Vasily Lomachenko. And Shakur Stevenson, who is the mandatory for the winner of this fight right now, he just announced that he will be attending this fight, which sounds like a really good sign when it comes to a potential fight between Devin Haney and Shakur Stevenson, assuming Devin gets past Lomachenko. But Shakur, he is giving off mixed signals because right after he said he's waiting on Devin Haney and he's ready, he did an interview a couple days after that where he said he's not sure exactly who he wants to fight next when it comes to Gervonta Tank Davis or Devin Haney. Now, if Shakur Stevenson were to get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight next, then it would make all the sense in the world for him to take that fight. But if Gervonta Tank Davis is not fighting Shakur Stevenson next, then obviously the only fight that would make sense for Shakur Stevenson would be against the undisputed champion Devin Haney. Devin is only staying at 135 to get a fight with either Gervonta or Shakur Stevenson after the Lomachenko fight. Now, if Lomachenko pulls off the upset and he beats Devin Haney, I think we would definitely see Shakur Stevenson versus Lomachenko next, assuming Gervonta Tank Davis doesn't take the Shakur Stevenson fight. The situation is really analogous to the George Kambosos situation. You guys remember after George Kambosos pulled off the upset and he beat Teofimo Lopez, George Kambosos, he attended the Devin Haney-Jojo Diaz fight, just like Shakur Stevenson is going to attend the Devin Haney versus Lomachenko fight. For weeks and weeks and weeks after the Haney versus Jojo Diaz fight, George Kambosos continued to tell the public he didn't know who he was going to fight. It was going to either be Devin Haney or Lomachenko. But clearly the Devin Haney fight made more sense because Devin Haney was the WBC champion, which would have made George Kambosos the undisputed champion if he could beat him. Lomachenko had just lost to the guy that Kambosos just beat, which was Teofimo Lopez, so that fight did not make any sense at that time. So it turned out George Kambosos' plan all along was to fight Lomachenko next, but because Lomachenko was unavailable due to the Ukraine war, George Kambosos was forced to fight against Devin Haney. Shakur Stevenson is in a similar situation that George Kambosos was in. Shakur, he has two serious options on the table. He has the option that he wants the most, which is the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, and then he has the other option, which is fighting against the undisputed champion, Devin Haney, if he can't get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight. The only difference in this situation is, unlike George Kambosos trying to fight Lomachenko, Shakur Stevenson has the two best options on the table. Regardless if he fights Gervonta or Devin Haney next, it's going to be a super fight. Now, Shakur Stevenson, he was saying when he was asked, who he wants to fight next, he was like, well, the business side of me wants to fight Gervonta Tank Davis next. Now, the only way it would make more business sense to fight Gervonta Tank Davis first is if Shakur were to pick Devin Haney first and lose to Devin, then that would definitely be a bad business move. But if Shakur were to fight Devin Haney first, beat the undisputed champion, he would have far more leverage going into negotiations with Gervonta, and that's the reason why that would make more business sense. But that's only, once again, if you can beat Devin Haney, because we all know losing is always bad for business. Now, recently there's been talks that Shakur Stevenson is going back and forth with Jermaine Ortiz on them possibly fighting against each other. For any of you guys that forgot who Jermaine Ortiz is, he's the guy that just lost to Vasily Lomachenko. So with that being said, I would find it very hard to believe that if Shakur Stevenson didn't get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight, he would turn down an opportunity to fight the undisputed champion Devin Haney and then fight Jermaine Ortiz instead. I don't think Shakur would do something like that. It would make no sense at all, especially, once again, when you consider the fact that Devin Haney is staying at 135 when he doesn't have to. Devin already admitted it's not easy for him to make 135 anymore. He's staying at 135 for legacy. And even with him having to work harder to make the weight, Devin is so disciplined, he still hasn't missed weight. He always makes the weight. So at the end of the day, it's still a good sign that Shakur Stevenson, he's going to attend the Devin Haney versus Lomachenko fight. Hopefully that means that we are going to see two of the three kings fighting against each other, either the end of this year or the beginning of next year. Let's see how it all plays out. That's all I got for now, guys. I'm on to the next one.
All right, now check this out, guys. If you're looking to repair eczema scars, burns and bruises, dark spots and blemishes,
Fever blisters, diabetic ulcers,
this right here is the perfect product for you guys. It's called Elo Key Face and Body Oil. Athletes and top-ranking boxers, they're also using it after training to reduce swelling, inflammation, and to ease the pain. So get yours today. Go to elodekey.com.
like them on Facebook and follow them on Instagram.
Let me tell you guys about Issa Israel Law Firm. It is a full-service legal practice based in Denver, Colorado, an emerging hub for combat sports and high-altitude training. If you're a fighter inside or outside of the ring and you need a law firm you can trust to fight for you, visit thefighterfirm.com or email help@iilawfirm.com. Legal representation is usually limited to plaintiffs or defendants in Colorado, but iFirm can help anyone in the world with trademarking their business name, logos, and U.S. immigration issues. This brother has been my attorney for a while and helped guide me through all kinds of business and civil issues, so make sure you guys go to thefighterfirm.com.
My name is Chris, and I'm all the way here from Anchorage, Alaska at Scalp, Carolinas, and I'm here for my second treatment of SMP. Well, I was sitting at home one day and going over my Facebook page, and they have different, like advertisements popping up, and I saw one for SMP. And I saw some pictures of some guys, a before and after, and I was looking at that, and it caught my attention. So I Googled it. SMP, nothing showed up in my area. So, I did a little more research, and all of a sudden, Scalp Carolinas popped up in the web browser. So I started watching his videos and seeing all the reaction from all the other people. We talked on the phone, we made appointments and everything. I sent him pictures, and he looked at them, and I was like, can you fix this? And, he pretty much said, no problem. My first session, he made me feel extremely comfortable. It was almost like I was talking to family. He started, and during the whole treatment, we talked and, about our families and our life, and, and things that he does and things that I do. And before I know it, the first session was over. When you see someone doing something that they love, as much as I see Enoch Glover love what he does, it shows in his work. I wouldn't point anyone in any other direction but here to North Carolina, Scalp Carolinas, to get this done.